Good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, my name is Aluko Ayonimofe, your online tutor and friend. Last week we started a topic in physics known as machines, and I told you last week that we will be treating calculations based on that topic today. So, in case you have any question for me in the last class we had, you can kindly drop it in the comment section and I will reply to all your questions and messages. So today I will be treating calculations based on machines. So within the short period of time, please stay glued to this channel and please let's watch this short video together. Now, today I will be treating calculations based on machines. In my last class, I discussed the definition of a machine. I defined a machine as a device in which an effort applied at one end overcomes the load at the other end. An effort applied at one end overcomes the load at the other end. That is the definition of a machine. It is a device. Now, and I discussed various aspects of machines that we have. I discussed velocity ratio. I discussed velocity ratio. Secondly, I discussed mechanical advantage. I discussed efficiency. Now, I will take it one after the other. For velocity ratio, we can determine the velocity ratio of various kinds of machine. So the first machine I would like to talk about is the block and tackle system. Now, under the block and tackle system, how to determine the velocity ratio is very simple. The velocity ratio under the block and tackle system is gotten as what? The number of pulleys. To determine the velocity ratio for a block and tackle system, it is known by the number of pulleys. Then the second machine that I would like to talk about that we can determine the velocity ratio is the inclined plane. How to determine the velocity ratio of an inclined plane? We have the velocity ratio of an inclined plane is simply known as 1 over sine theta. That is how to get the velocity ratio of an inclined plane. Then the next machine I would like to talk about is the what? The screw jack. The screw jack, how to get the velocity ratio of a screw jack? It is gotten by having 2 by r over p. That is how to get the velocity ratio of a screw jack. And under this, r represents the length, p represents the pitch, and pi represents the what? Represents 22 over 7. So that is what, how to determine the velocity ratio of machines. Then the last one I will talk about is the what? Wheel and axle system. Under the wheel and axle system, how to get the velocity ratio of the wheel and axle system, it is what? Velocity ratio to give radius of the wheel to the radius of the axle. Now, that is how to get the velocity ratio of machines. Now, to the mechanical advantage, the formula for mechanical advantage is known as load over effort. Load over effort. And another formula that we have for mechanical advantage is output force over input force. That is the formula for what? Mechanical advantage. And the last one, which is efficiency, is what? Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100%. That is the formula for efficiency. And another formula that we have for efficiency is work output over work input times 100%. So I decided to give these formulas before we start little calculations. Now, let me start with some calculations on the board. Now, the first calculation I would like to start with is for what? Under mechanical advantage. Now, the first question is, if a machine has an input force of 2000 Newton and an effort of 500 Newton, what is the mechanical advantage? So under this type of question, they ask us that the machine has an input force of this, an effort of this. What is the mechanical advantage? As a load, as a load of what? 2000 Newton and effort of this. So the solution to this is what? Mechanical advantage will give us load over effort, and this will give us 2000 Newton over 500 Newton. This will cancel, so our mechanical advantage is 4 because it has no units. Then the next one I would like to discuss is the what? Efficiency. Now under the efficiency we have, if a machine has a mechanical advantage of 5 and the velocity ratio of 8, what is the efficiency? So the solution to this is efficiency to give 5 over 8 multiplied by 100%, and this will give us, if we divide this will give us 33.3%. So this is how to calculate questions based on machine. And the last one I would like to talk about is if we have a screw jack. So under the calculation of the screw jack, we have if a screw jack has a length of 5 meters and a pitch of 10 meters, what is the velocity ratio? So solution, we have velocity ratio to give 2 pi r over p, and this is what? 2 pi multiplied by what is our length? Our length is 5 over 10 meters. This will cancel, 5 here 1, 5 here 2, 2 will cancel. So our velocity ratio is pi, which is also known as 22 over 7 or 3.142. So that is what I have to discuss with us today. So faithfully, in our next class, hopefully in our next class, I would like to give questions that we can solve in this section. So thank you very much.